Good afternoon, guys, and welcome back to Viable Futures. Both Bitcoin and Tesla are flying at the moment, and today I want to talk about Bitcoin and why I am not buying this cryptocurrency right now. This might sound like a crazy view, especially when Cathie Wood has recently said,
We are extremely bullish. Our confidence in it has gone up since 2017 because what we saw as it dropped from 20,000 to below 4,000, it actually got in well into the threes, I think in 2019, was that Bitcoin's share of the crypto asset ecosystem moved from the low 30% range in terms of value, network values, into the low 70% range. And what did that tell us? That confirmed in our mind that Bitcoin is the reserve currency of the crypto asset ecosystem.
and someone else that's very bullish on Bitcoin is Chamath. He thinks it's going to 100,000 to 150,000, possibly even to 200,000 US dollars. In what period? He doesn't really know, possibly 5 years, maybe 10 years, but he's certain that it's going there. And the reason he thinks it's going there is because recently, across the world, we have been reminded that our leaders are not as trustworthy and reliable as they used to be. So just in case, we really do need to have some insurance that we can keep under our pillow that gives us some access to our uncorrelated hedge. And it's eventually going to transition to something more important. But right now, we're getting all these data points that prove this thing. The fabric of society is frayed, and until we figure out how to make it better, it's time to have some schmuck insurance, as he calls it. And everyone is running in, hence this climb. He could never have imagined it. So I'll tell you where I am and what my thinking is. The majority of my portfolio is currently invested in Tesla. I would say about 70%. Realistically, I would need to sell Tesla to invest in Bitcoin, as I have very little spare cash sitting in my bank account. Both Chamath and Cathie Wood believe Bitcoin has much further to rise. They both agree at least to 200,000, and in Cathie's case possibly to 500,000 US dollars. But this is only if all institutions were to assign a mid-single digit percentage allocation to Bitcoin. Realistically, I don't think this is going to happen. So my estimate is that Bitcoin may hit the 200,000 mark in the next 7 years, 5 times its current value. Only yesterday, Chamath said,
I'm telling you right now, Scott, the big disruption that's coming is to power utilities. There are trillions of dollars of bonds, of capex, of value sitting inside the energy generation infrastructure of the world that is going to go upside down. And when that goes pear-shaped, Tesla will double and triple again.
And I truly believe it will. I expect the stock price to reach 1,400 by the end of 2023. And Cathie notes that the easy money has been made in Tesla, and I do agree. The stock price is exceedingly high, but not unjustifiably high in my opinion. Cathie's note back in November said that Tesla has miles and miles still to go, and so do I. When autonomous ride-hailing, autonomous data, energy generation and storage sectors are taken into account, Tesla is going to be disrupting so many traditional companies.
You said 2 or 3 times higher than where it is now. You're just going to ride that wave?
Scott, I don't understand why people are so focused on selling things that work. Let's just, I'll make up a number. Let's just say I owned $1 billion of Tesla stock. If I sold it, now I have $1 billion problem. What do I do with that money? What about if it was 100 million? What about if it was just 10,000? 10 billion? It doesn't matter what the number is. The point is that when things are working, you're paid to stay with people that know what they're doing. And this is a guy who has consistently been one of the most important entrepreneurs in the world. And so why bet against him?
So this really sums up my reasoning. This is why I am not investing in Bitcoin right now. I am currently invested in a company that is changing the world, that makes me excited, and that has still so much potential. I don't feel it is the correct move to sell even a proportion of my Tesla stock right now to invest in Bitcoin, which is a hedge. I have nothing against a hedge. It's sensible. I made money on Bitcoin back in the end of 2017, beginning of 2018. I was lucky and managed to sell just as the crash started. To me, back then, it came out of nowhere. And there's a part of me that expects this to happen again. It might not be tomorrow, it might not be next week, it might not even be next year, but I'm certain that there will be another Bitcoin crash. And if that does happen, I'll reassess. But for now...
You get behind these people who have incredibly strong character, who know what they're doing, who aren't going to bend to short-term profits, and who are just going to drive the train for 10 or 20 years and make the world a better place. Get behind them. You know, the best way to summarize this, by the way, is a friend of ours who we mentioned earlier, Bill Gurley, has this great phrase: when the music's on, you got to dance. And so these guys are dancing. They are in rhythm. They're in flow. Let them do their thing. Get behind them. Don't sell a share. Just let them create value.
Tesla is up 8% today, so I'm going to keep dancing. As always, thank you very much for watching this video. Please do like and subscribe if you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one.